What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the Cubcast, our now daily section we run here on the channel, exploring different news, articles, stories, and just general musical updates surrounding different international genres. Today, obviously, we are continuing to look at Afrobeats and also the subject of Afro Rave, which is, as we all well know, Rema's kind of spin-off sound, although there are a lot of similarities to the rest of the Afrobeat genre. We've seen that Rema has kind of done his own thing. He's gone and created his own approach over the last couple of years, and with that he has gained some insanely well-received international success. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at a interview that he did over on HOT97. There's a quick 2-minute clip that I wanted to quickly look through that we can have a quick discussion about and then also break down as well. And again, if you'd like to see more of these more sort of news-based videos, please do make sure you are letting us know in the comments down below. Obviously, you guys react most to the reactions, so that's what we like to spend most of the time doing, as we've got a little bit less time to put videos together these days. But I'm always keen to put together videos like this if they are popular for you guys as well. So just let me know in the comments section down below. As always as well, if you are new to the channel, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, making sure you are leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all that good stuff. Without further ado, let's check out this interview. Rema on HOT97. Let's go.
It was like, bet, I would fully go.
Would you say you created the whole Afro Rave, you know, that whole wave of what's going on? Would you take credit for that?
Yeah, I would take credit for that, but there's no Afro Rave without Afro beats. You feel me? Afro beats is the mother tree. You feel me? In a jungle, there's always a mother tree, a tree that its roots is connected to every other tree, the stems and the fungi and everything.
It's an interesting discussion they are talking about, of course, with Afro Rave being a clear spin-off, shall we say, of the Afrobeats genre, which itself is the kind of evolution of Afrobeat as a genre. I think it's really interesting just to see that almost the respect that Rema has for the sort of sounds that have come before him, that idea of there being a mother tree, that all of the other sounds that stem off, the roots come from somewhere else. And I like the analogy because that you can go back further and further and further, and then all genres eventually link, which I really love the idea of. I love the idea of kind of crossover stories and how this genre ends up being intertwined with this genre through either social kind of situations or through just kind of certain musicians joining forces. And I think it's a really interesting thing to actually dive into. So yeah, it's good insight.
That's kind of like what Afro Rave is all about, and you know, it's my own perception of Afrobeat. It's how I perceive it. It's how I refine it to the rest of the world, and I'm glad people are consuming it.
When you bring something new, like that type of energy, in the beginning, sometimes the people that created the tree can sometimes hate. You know what I'm saying? They're not used to it. Did you feel like that in the beginning before they understood?
Also, I really like Rema's kind of answer to that, saying that he doesn't necessarily see it as, he doesn't ever say that he sees it as a new genre. He sees it as his kind of way of seeing it, his way of refining it. And I quite like that. I think that's something that a lot of artists could take on board. You can be a part of a genre. You can be a part of a kind of, almost like a sweeping overstatement of a genre. But you don't necessarily have to sound like everyone else. You can do your own thing. You can take things in your own direction. There are so many people within dance music that do it. There's so many people within, I don't know, rap music that have their own complete unique twang on things. And I think having that is actually what makes you a special artist, rather than just kind of doing all the formulaic things that all the other successful musicians are doing and not really bringing anything new to the table. There's always room to create something new within an already established space. And I think that's actually something that Rema's done really well, both through the kind of higher pitched vocals, a lot of the more sort of Eastern sounding melodies he likes to use. He's definitely someone that has his own sound within a wider sound. So yeah, it's an interesting take.
Did they look at you like, what is he trying to do? Why is he trying to do something different?
Yeah, I kind of sensed it, but I would say it wasn't really vocal because of how crazy I was moving and how fast I was moving.
Right.
It was obvious I was doing something different, but it was more obvious from other people's fan base, not my fan base.
Right.
You know, it was like, what, are you trying to like create an opposite of Afrobeat? Are you trying to create a conflict in here? But it was like, no.
Again, it's an interesting point. That idea of kind of alternative fan bases being like, yeah, why are you trying to do something different? And again, whenever someone arrives and they do something a little bit different, there's always that immediate kind of, why are you doing something different? Why aren't you just following the pattern that everyone else follows? And the simple truth of it is, nothing exciting is created through following a pattern that already exists. It's creating something new. It's having the genuine kind of idea of innovation within a sound that does change the history of music. And I think that's something that Rema's clearly done. Obviously, some incredible historical achievements have already been made from him, especially in regards to obviously Calm Down, the incredible success of that tune, which has now pushed him into the global kind of spotlight. It's always interesting to see like that conversation. Why aren't you doing what's already been done? Because it's already been done, you know? It makes sense.
I actually took a long while before I actually gave it a name, just because of the criticism I went through, you know, the backlashes I went through when I dropped my first EP. I was called names, I was laughed at, you know, until the rest of the world started rocking with it.
Of course.
You know, when the rest of the world started rocking with it, I was like, bet, I would fully go in for the people who rock with it.
Right.
Then, you know, it just became...
Also an interesting perspective that maybe people kind of within Afrobeats as a genre, people who are already fans of the genre, are going, oh, we don't like this, but it takes an external force to kind of change their opinion. Like when people see global success surrounding a singer-songwriter, it's definitely something we've seen happen in reggae over the years. It's something we've seen happen in rap music over the years. It's definitely something we've seen happen with UK rappers over the years. There's a number of UK rappers who have kind of had this background where they're not super popular here, but internationally they're incredibly popular. Same with a lot of producers as well. Some producers completely pop in America but have no real kind of popularity in the UK. So that idea of international success is a very interesting one as well.
Started growing, and other young Nigerian youth started understanding what this is all about, and people just started believing in it. And when I knew I had enough believers, I had to give it a name, and that was it. That was it for me.
Afro Rave.
But I didn't. Even when I made that tweet for the first time, I didn't in any way.
Well, there we go. An interesting little clip there from, obviously, HOT97, Rema, discussing the kind of origins of Afro Rave and why it's called Afro Rave, and also how it connects to Afrobeats. An interesting little clip. I'm sure there's going to be loads of people who have their own kind of takes on this as well, and I'd love to see them all in the comment section down below. And again, if you're keen on me kind of checking out more sort of news-related stuff like we used to do on the channel, if you're keen for that to come back, do let me know in the comment section down below. We always listen to you guys and what you want to see on the channel. So that's it from me. Hopefully you have enjoyed this and you've enjoyed the very brief breakdown of where Rema has come from and where he is going. If you'd like to check out more videos, do make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, and all of that good stuff. We shall see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, Cub Cam TV. Stay locked.
Welcome to Cubs Clubhouse, live on Brighton's premier platform for new music. Platform B.